The Texans secondary as a whole was a mess, to say the least, and I'm just saying it's because Vrabel, man. Like, I understand if you physically get outmatched, like, Jonathan Joseph gets snagged on by, I don't know, Julio Jones. I understand if Kareem Jackson gets burnt by, I don't know, T.Y. Hilton, Tyreek Hill. But when you got your players out there looking lost, like pretty much every single drive or every other drive, yeah, that's a coaching problem. And unfortunately, because of it, John Butler was let go. He was made look as the guy responsible for that. And in my opinion, he was just used as a scapegoat. It wasn't his fault. 100% Vrabel's fault. But at the end, Vrabel got his. He's in Tennessee now suffering. Or he's going to be suffering. Because fuck Vrabel. Anyways, let's talk about each of these guys individually. I know we have more than 9 DBs. But there's 9 DBs I really want to focus on. Everyone else is kind of just there. Starting off with Jonathan Joseph. Jonathan Joseph, man. It's time to go, man. I love Jonathan Joseph, man. But he's just not a good corner anymore, man. Like, he doesn't have the long speed anymore to keep up with. Not even the fast receivers, man. Like, your everyday receiver, Jonathan Joseph, will get beat by him on a go route. Like, maybe he could be a 2. But that's kind of stretching it. I mean, he is going to be 33. Or I think he is 33 right now. So, I just think he should go, man. The only way I see Jonathan Joseph staying, or the only way I would be okay with Jonathan Joseph staying, is if it's like a really cheap deal. I'm talking about like $2 million a year. Probably only a 1-year deal, $2 million. Because you can't afford to, like, completely overhaul your secondary. Because, I mean, we kind of need to. But realistically, we're not going to bring in 3 new corners and 2 new safeties. It's just not going to happen. Next guy, Kevin Johnson. Now, everybody hates Kevin. A lot of people hate Kevin Johnson, actually. No, almost everyone. Because some people are still giving him a chance. And I'm one of those people. I mean, Kevin Johnson had a good rookie season. He had a good 2016 season. And then 2017, at the start of the season, he was kind of a step behind his receiver, kind of getting beat like in that way. But then as the season progressed, he kind of got back into a swing of things. He was keeping up with the receivers. He'd be in position to make the play, but he'd just panic. Like when the ball would get there, he'd panic and hold the receiver. He'd just panic and make bad plays and cost the team. Happened a lot with Kevin Johnson. I don't think Kevin Johnson's a lost cause, how everyone thinks. I just think Kevin Johnson suffered because he had a imbecile at defensive coordinator. I mean, what are the odds that Kevin Johnson is developing into a good young corner with Romeo Crennel, and then a season later, in comes Mike Vrabel, and all of a sudden, Kevin Johnson goes to a good up-and-coming corner into arguably the worst DB in the NFL this past year. Like, no, that's 100% a Mike Vrabel problem. To me, Kevin Johnson was playing without confidence. Maybe with Crennel coming back, with Whitney Merciless coming back, maybe Kevin Johnson gains more confidence. Maybe he felt, I don't know, kind of pressured to make a play because he didn't have Whitney Merciless out there. And yes, I know I could say Watt, but let's be real, man. I feel like Merciless is just an all-around bigger impact than Watt at this point. Because, usually you got Clowney and Merciless, and in his rookie season he had Watt out there too. He had them out there, making plays on the quarterback, making life easy for the DBs, and when you don't have any pass rush, it kind of falls on your DBs to make the plays, and maybe Kevin Johnson felt under pressure, I don't know, but a lot of people are saying cut Kevin Johnson. No, you don't cut Kevin Johnson because Kevin Johnson's still on his rookie deal. He's cheap, and Kevin's had 2 out of 3 good seasons. He could bounce back easily. Next guy, Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. Everyone said it. Liability and coverage at corner. You move him to safety, he'd be a hell of a safety. Is it going to happen? Highly doubt it. I would really hope so. Because, I mean, he's good in zone coverage. He's good when the play's in front of him. He's a really good open field tackler. I mean, come on, guys. Like, Kareem is... he should be a safety. But I just don't see it happening. Kareem Jackson, if we cut him right now, he's... I want to say we save like 6.7 million around there. So that's a good chunk of money. Again, we just can't get rid of Kareem and Jonathan Joseph in the same season, so someone's going to have to stay, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kareem. I would probably prefer it to be Joseph on a really cheap deal, but it's going to be Kareem. Kareem, all he really brings to the table at corner is good run stopping. Like, he stops the run, he's not afraid to make a tackle. That's pretty much it. Like, other than that, he's a liability in coverage and showed last season. And yeah, maybe it could be a part because of the pass rush not being there, but let's be honest, like, Kareem has not been the best guy out there in coverage, like, ever. He just has the skill set to be a safety. Marcus Williams. Now, Marcus Williams, I think he was picked up around week 2 or 3. I don't recall, but he was picked up during the season, and to me, he's just quality depth. He's not someone you would want out there, like, every single game, every single play. But, you know, if, like, someone gets hurt during a game, you could throw him in there, and I'll be okay with it. I think it'd be nice to have him back. Tristan Decoud. A lot of people like this guy, and I can see why. Mid-corner. He was out there for a little bit, and I'd say he did a pretty damn good job. There's some people that do hate on him, however, but he's a young guy, still has to develop. I can see why you wouldn't throw him in at the start. Don't see why you wouldn't throw him in at the end of the season. Although he did get some starts at the end of the season, I think. Or he got more playing time at the end of the season. But, you know, he's someone you should really look forward to, because he could develop into, you know, a nice player. Whether it's at safety, because there is talks about him moving to safety, because he does have a good skill set to be a safety, or at corner. Who knows? Now for the safeties. Andre Howell, man. Andre Howell, I think, had his worst season as a Houston Texan. And again, I put this on Mike Rabel, because, like, Andre Howell was usually, with Cornell, he was usually there where he needed to be. With Rabel, Andre Howell looked lost. Like, he would be in places he shouldn't have been. Like, oh shit, Jonathan Joseph got burnt. Well, Andre Howell should have been back there. You know, it's like there was a bunch of those cases this past season, and I 100% blame Mike Rabel. Mike Rabel did a good job with the front seven, but he dropped the ball with the secondary, and because of it, Andre Howell was someone that suffered because of it. Andre Howell was probably average at his very best last season. His other past seasons, I'd say he's above average. Marcus Gilchrist, don't really like him. I'd only keep him around for depth. Doesn't really bring much to the team. Like, he was just kind of there. Like, yeah, I don't really like him. Corey Moore. Now, he's still a young guy. He can develop. But I hate Corey Moore for one reason, man. The dropped interception versus the Patriots. But, you know, I wouldn't mind bringing him back. young guy, could still develop. Just needs to work on his hands, man, and his coverage skills. Like, the only way I see Corey Moore coming back is for dead piece. Like, Corey Moore should never be starting how he was early in the season, and I think the team realized that when they replaced him with Gilchrist. At least Gilchrist was, you know, there. Corey Moore wasn't there. And Eddie Pleasant. Eddie Pleasant, man, not many people like him, but I'd keep him around, be that good third safety, that in the box, that nickel safety type of thing. You know, you throw him in the box, he could somewhat cover, pretty good run stopper, and if you really want to, you could blitz him off the edge. I'd just bring him back for cheap, just for that purpose only. And I mean, you can't go into the season like with your only DBs being, or your only safeties being Andre Howe. Like, you gotta bring some of these guys back, and that's just how it's gonna be. But lucky for the Texans, from what I heard, there's a pretty deep DB class in the draft, and free agency, you got Malcolm Butler, Trumaine Johnson, EJ Gaines, Prince Amukamara, Kyle Fuller, Aaron Colvin. Like, you got a lot of quality corners. You got some DBs, like, what's that guy's name? The guy from St. Louis. You got Morgan Burnett. You got Kenny Vaccaro, Eric Reed, even though he's kind of probably not going to happen. But, you know, we got a lot of DBs going into free agency, so the Texans really chose a good time to need DBs. Anyways, with that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.